Quick automotive tech tips that you should know. So if you have yourself a GM transmission, a 408E GM transmission, and you end up having a code that sets code 81, but the code only seems to set when you're cranking the vehicle. And so, so we have to pay attention to when does the code actually set. But if the code sets when you're cranking the vehicle, I know it's tempting to go ahead and throw a shift solenoid B on there because it is part of that circuit. But more often than not, what happens is you put the solenoid on there and the code still sets. So, a lot of times what you need to do to properly diagnose this problem is we would have to pull up a flow chart, right? So it allows us to walk through the diagnostic flow chart of what systems are working and what's not, so we can check the wiring and the solenoid and the resistance and things like that. But once you get through these tests, which does require, a wiring schematic and, a voltmeter and all that. But once you do get through these tests, if you pay particular attention to when does the code start, if it starts during the process of starting the vehicle, what you will find is a very common problem with GM vehicles, especially some of your older vehicles, is the ignition switch is failing. So the next time you get this code and the code seems to start only at the time when you're starting the vehicle, that's when the code ends up setting, you may find that your ignition switch may be the source of your problem.